Hello, my dear friends. Hope you all be fine and doing well. Thank you so much for joining me again in the second episode of French Defense. My dear friends, in the first video, I already explained the lines that if your opponent pushed the pawn into e5, how to play the game. If you didn't watch the video, please go and watch the first video of French Defense. So this is the second video. In this video, I'm going to show you the other lines that maybe your opponent play and what you should respond to that. So in here, if your opponent decides to capture the pawn, so simply you capture it by your pawn. So this variation is not that much complicated. So majority of the grandmasters, they are playing in this way. So therefore, you also have good options to play against this move. For example, if your opponents decide to take his knight, so you are taking your knight. If he is continuing to develop his pieces by taking his knight into f3, you just follow the setup of your opponent. For example, if he takes his bishop, so simply you can develop your pieces. In the next move, you can go castle. You can take out your knight. In this way, you can play a normal game in this variation. So it would not be that much complicated, and also it would be a very good option for black to go in this line. So this variation is also slightly better for black. So in this way, you are not allowing your opponents to bring too much pressure on you. So you are defending perfectly. So coming back to the next line. In this position, there is also possible that your opponent decide to take out his knight. So it doesn't matter that where your opponent is taking his knight. If he brings his knight into c3, in this position, my dear friends, you have two better options. The first one is pushing the pawn, and other one is taking your knight. These two moves would be better. But the suggested move in this position is that you should capture the pawn. And here your opponent has to capture the pawn because this is the only option for your opponent. So the next move, you can take out your knight. But it is better you should take out another knight into d7. For example, if your opponent take his knight into f3, now you are taking your knight into f6. For example, if your opponents capture your knight, so simply you are capturing. And you are not allowing your opponent to bring too much pressure, and you will have a normal game against your opponent. But there is another option for your opponent. Maybe your opponent is defending his knight by his bishop. In this way, your opponent is activating his piece, and in the next move, your opponent is going to castle. But in here, you simply capture the knight. So when your opponent's capture, again, you take your knight into f6 and attack to the bishop. So in here, your opponent has to defend from his bishop, or he has to take it back. So if he takes back to d6, that majority of the players they are doing in this position, you are also in a good position because you just got the tempo from your opponent. So your opponent in the beginning of the game, he moved his bishop twice. So now in the next move, you can take out your bishop and also active another bishop. In the next move, you can go easily castle. And also this option is possible for your opponent. In this variation, also you will have a very fantastic game, and it is not that much complicated. So you can use and you can play with the even grandmasters, and you can challenge them easily. So this is up to opening parts. So after that, you are turning the game into the middle game. So the middle game, another strategies you should know, or in a simple way, you should think critically so you don't have problems in your opening. So my dear friends, coming back to the other lines, that is possible, and you should be careful while your opponent is playing. So my dear friends, coming back to this position again, I already explained that three position. So my dear friends, coming back to this position, this is the main position, and in this position there is also another good option for your opponent, and that is taking his queen into e2. And the reason behind this move is that, so if you push the pawn in the next move, now your opponent is simply capturing your pawn. So now you are not able to capture the pawn, because in this position your opponent, by taking out his queen into e2, pinned your pawn. So there is only one option, you can capture it by your queen. So your opponent is taking his knight into c3, activating his pieces and attacking to your queen. So if you go back, so in this position, white is slightly better. So you should not allow your opponent to do such a thing, and you should be careful while you are playing. So in this position, when your opponent is taking his queen into e2, be careful, my dear friends. You can take your bishop into e7. This is the good option. So in the next move, if your opponent pushed, now you don't have the previous problem. For example, if he captures, now you are simply capturing by your pawn, and you can continue to your opening. As your opponent took out his queen in the beginning of the game, it is not a good move. But if you don't know the lines, therefore your opponent can use from the opportunity. But when you are knowing all the moves, so see, my dear friends, your opponent, by taking out his queen, he locked his bishop. So therefore there is a good option for you to activate your pieces, going to castle. Definitely you have this option to take out your bishop from your queen side and activate your knight. Definitely you will have slightly a normal game, and definitely your opponent also has something to do. So as a black, it would be a very good for you to set up your opening. As you know that, my dear friends, having the white pieces giving a priority for one player, because you have with the white pieces the first move of the game, and that is very important. But when you are playing the French defense, if you play it carefully, so therefore your opponent cannot use from his priority that he has slightly better than you. But if you play it perfectly, definitely you can manage the game and you can take your balance. So somehow your opponents make a mistake, so you are taking your priority and getting the betterness from your opponent. So thank you so much, my dear friends, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. So this was a little bit an overview about the other lines that your opponents play, so you will have a normal game. So in the next video, I will go with long details. So in this video, I just wanted to give you a simple introduction that if your opponents play, so how to set up your opening. So in the next video and the next videos, I will explain all the complicated lines that maybe you face while you are playing the game. So thank you so much. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends and family members. So in this way, you are motivating me to make lots of good videos as much as I have knowledge in this field. So thank you so much. See you in the next video.